Comment on the narrative technique used in Amitav Ghosh's novel, The ShadowLines. Answer. The ShadowLines by Amitav Ghosh depicts a wonderful blending of private and public events into a mosaic of history. The narrative unfolds through fragmentary streams of consciousness where the private turmoil of the individual is reflected in the public chaos and crisis. The narrative structure of the novel does not follow a linear and chronological pattern. Here past and present are juxtaposed as in the case of a collage or a montage. Ghosh uses memory and imagination as narrative devices to bridge the gaps between space, time, and people. With respect to the fusion of space and time in the novel, the titles of the two parts of the book, Going Away and Coming Home, reveal the irony underlying Ghosh's stance that one can neither go away, nor come home. Nearness and distance collapse in the novel as men and the women separated by borders, seas, and continents try to reach out to each other. And at the same time even relatives or former fellow citizens meet as no less strangers amidst ruins of the past. In The ShadowLines, it is Tridib who makes the narrator understand that reality lies not in the obvious but in what is evoked and understood by memory and imagination, in different times. The use of multiple narratives is another narrative technique employed by Ghosh in the novel. These different threads merge together to articulate the silent past that haunts the narrator throughout the text. The narrator's voice serves as the axis through which the other narratives are filtered. The novel contains multiple stories of various characters. The overall story emerges in layers and each layer is a fusion of private lives and public events, all linked into a kind of thematic unity. The metaphor of journey is central to the narrative technique of the ShadowLines. Journey here does not merely mean physical journey or covering of a specific distance, but it could also mean the space charted out by the imagination and enlivened in the memory. The novel charts out the narrator's journey undertaken to discover a vocabulary to articulate the silencers of the past, lost connections and repressed experiences that have receded into the archives of private or public memory. The narrator talks about the minor details to depict the narrator's allegiance to the past, such as changing into a red-bordered sari at the moment of departure. Another significance of the journeys in Ghosh's novels is that they are meant to do away with the authenticity of history and historiography. Traversing borders becomes almost an obsession with Ghosh. Borders are meant to be crossed. Men and countries set apart by borders produce differences based on nationalities, race, culture, and religion. Ghosh makes it clear that the borders set up by men are mental constructs, that the lines in the map are mere shadow lines. Tridib's death is the central event around which the entire plot is built. His death can be taken as an instance of the manner in which Ghosh blends theme and technique. Ghosh extends his thematic concerns to explore human relationships. Tridib's death occurs in East Pakistan in 1964, but the details are spread out for the narrator years later in London. Tridib had rushed out into the frenzied mob to save his old uncle from the agitations and had been killed in the attempt. His death is seen and narrated by different people at different times. Thus, in Ghosh's novels, events and characters are seen through different time-space events. By letting his stories interplay with time, Ghosh renders in his narrative a specific narrative texture. Finished. Please subscribe to the channel for more updates of ready-made notes on English literature. Also, please share this channel to help any student pursue a degree in English literature. Please do not forget to subscribe, like and comment.